Good morning, welcome to this week's update. And I've finally finished the night shifts for a while. Thank God for that. I feel so sluggish today, it's awful. So, which is great news because it means that I can start getting back into the shed and my normal routine now. I sound a bit husky this morning because I think I had about 10 hours sleep last night because I didn't sleep the day before. So, quite a bit planned today. I only got this day off. I'm hit days tomorrow, but my routine should be a bit more normal now. I've already prepared this week's and next week's video for project videos. They're ready to go up, so that's great because it gives me a little bit of chance to get the shed back in order and get on top of some things before I get the next project done. What have I been up to really? Nothing. I'm just getting the pendants, the rings and the blanks done ready for the photography side of things. So I've been cracking on with them, got quite a few done. Today I go in and I did originally make some pendant and ring boxes, but because the pendants are slightly bigger, I have to go back and look at a little bit of a different design, something a little bit bigger and a bit more combined with the ring and the pendant in it, just to make some room in the box really. So I'll be going off and doing that today. And I spoke to you about using the wood burning for putting made with love on the top of these boxes for sending out. Well, I probably said in a previous one, the laser graver has arrived. This is the small one that I've got. I got it off, I think it's Vagabonds. I'll put a link down to it, and it's LS Maker, I think is how you pronounce it. You have to build it when it arrives. You need to put it together, but it's pretty straightforward, to be quite honest with you. After building the X-Carve, and I've also built a 3D printer, this was quite straightforward. No major knowledge, and when you actually go to the maker of the company's site, they've got a rundown of how to make it. But pretty straightforward, and it's got 2.5 laser in it, which will be perfect enough for engraving the top of these boxes. It just make it a bit more professional looking really, and that's what I need for the top of the boxes. It'll probably take a little bit more time until I get used to it. I'm going to make a board for the bottom and I'll line that out so that when I'm placing boxes on there, I place them in the same place all the time. So that should make it a little bit easier, because it'll be a matter of placing the box in, letting the program go, because it'll be the same program over and over again, letting the program go, and it should be quite straightforward. So I'm hoping that works out quite well. I've had it a few weeks, but with the night shifts and trying to get projects out, I've not actually had a chance to even start it up. I've got the software and all that in ready to go. So that's that. I might include a little video maybe of me doing some bits and pieces on that at some point. So I've got that going. The pressure chamber has arrived, the adapter's arrived, it's ready to go today, so I am actually going to have the first go on it today. I went away and bought some Alumilites, which has only got a 7-minute opening time, and I should be able to demould in 2 to 3 hours. So for the jewellery, because it's a lot more expensive than the amazing casting resin, and a lot more expensive than the polyester, which the polyester, although it gives me great results, it's so sticky and messy and stinky that I try and avoid using it, although there will be some jewellery that will be made of that. So I'm going to do that today. Might do a little video of it. A bit nervous about trying that. The pressure chambers are a dangerous thing to have. I mean, I'm putting 60 pound of pressure into a pot and screwing a lid onto it. Or screwing a lid onto it, then putting 60 pound of pressure in the pot. So yeah, they can be quite a dangerous thing. But as long as you've got to be careful and know what you're doing, and I do know what I'm doing with it. So I've got that. So I'm going to get the first castings done today of it's a wildflower ring and pendant, and I've actually dried the flowers for inside that, and it's just a clear resin that goes on top of that. So I'm going to do I'll probably just do one mould and cast it, because I basically want to see about the demoulding time. So the plan is to do it and in about 2.5 hours to demould it and see how it goes, hoping that I'm going to be able to demould in 2 hours, because that means when I'm out here during the day I could possibly get, you know, 4 lots of resin cast in that time. Also made a little rack to go inside it, but anyway, I'll do a video about that today and I'll show you that. And I've been keeping up with everybody on Facebook, but not really seen anybody new because haven't had much time to have a look around. Still thinking about where else I'm going to go this year. I think so for craft fair wise, I won't be doing any craft fairs until the end of the year, which is just as well, because the big box that I did in that video a couple of weeks ago, that sold. These boxes tend to sell so quickly that which is great, but I don't tend to then have a lot for doing craft fairs. So I'm going to be looking next year at maybe doing quite a lot of jewellery to bulk a table up. So yeah, thinking about expanding a little bit more on the craft fair side of things, but I can't do it every weekend. I'd love to, but because I work pretty much. I don't think I've had any weekends off apart from on my holidays this year. So that's happening anyway. So I'm going off to get these resins cast. I've got more jewellery to do today, so I'll be carrying on with that. Most of it is just shaping and polishing ready. I probably won't get to this today. I've also got the pendant boxes, get those started today. Over the next week I hope to maybe have 20 to 30 maybe of those done. So just using scrap wood. Mind you, all the wood that I use for those really is scrap wood. There's no wood that I would use for anything else. I was lucky enough to go up the west coast, and this was probably, it must have been a couple of years ago. No, maybe it was last year. I went up the west coast from here, the west coast of Scotland. There's a place where I get my wood from, and the wood is all local to this area, which is something that I quite like. I do use exotic woods from around the world, but a lot of what I use, those oak boxes and that. The Melly Burr, of course not, that comes from Australia, but the oak and all that, that's all local to this area. So when I went up there, I managed to buy a lot of slabs of just the slices off the top of the logs, really. So they're only sort of, they could be about 3 inches thick, but they're rounded over. So I've used a lot of that wood because a lot of it I wouldn't be using for anything else. And I specifically took it because there was a lot of really lovely figured wood in it. So I'll take those bits out, and I've kept those bits aside, and then I'll use all the other bits for this, scrap bits for making the boxes. So that's great. I've got plenty of wood. In fact, I've got far too much wood, can't get into the shed, so it's a good way of me clearing out all of this stuff. So that's the plans for today. Like I say, the project video, which will probably go up, it may be Thursday that I'll put it up, or it might be tomorrow morning or Thursday. That one goes up, and this will go out tonight. And anyway, hope you're having a great week yourself, and even though it's only just started, you might not be off until the weekend. But anyway, until next week, take care. Thanks for watching.